And good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for watching First Coast News tonight at 5. I'm Jeannie Blaylock.
And I'm Anthony Austin. We're continuing our coverage of Hurricane Milton. This evening, we're getting a look at some flooding in one of the hardest hit areas of Florida.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office releasing some body cam video. This was taken yesterday. It shows a rescue in some very dangerous conditions. Deputies were dealing with a lot of things during the storm and its aftermath. Search and rescue crews are still looking for any more people who may need help as the area continues to deal with some heavy flooding there.
And here on the First Coast, we're also seeing high tides leading to flooding. People living along Black Creek in Clay County had to deal with high waters following Milton. In some places, people saw up to 6 feet of water over their docks. Others had to drive through flood waters to get out of their homes. And Riley Phillips is joining us live this evening from Middleburg.
And she's been talking with people there, and they struggle with this a lot in that area. It's beautiful, but it can be tough. Riley?
Yes, I'm on Creek Street, which is right off of Black Creek Drive. The South Fork of Black Creek is just right over here. But if you take a look behind me, this road was underwater earlier in the day. The water has receded now, though, but many people who live back there on Creek Street, who live in homes along Black Creek Drive, tell me this was the worst flooding they've seen since Hurricane Irma.
In the 5 years we lived on the creek, this is the highest we've seen it. Normally, these two largest trees, this tree and that cypress back there, are completely out of the water.
At least an extra 6 feet of water sitting on top of Corey Chevalier's dock.
What appears to be pieces from two different docks washed up on ours.
Chevalier moved into this home back in 2019. It sits along the South Fork of Black Creek.
It makes us nervous. We knew moving in here that flooding was obviously a possibility.
Black Creek rose throughout the day Thursday as Hurricane Milton moved offshore. Chevalier is one of many homeowners who watched the water levels rise. Others had to move their cars to higher ground, some yards and roads filled with water.
So it's just something that kind of is always in the back of our minds every time we get a storm. Is this going to be the one?
Chevalier says he was prepared for the creek to rise after Milton. He moved his valuables on top of kitchen cabinets and had a plan to evacuate just in case. But he says he was still surprised to see the water levels this high.
During Helene, I think it only rose about a couple feet, and that was closer to us.
While Chevalier waits for the creek to go back down, he's breathing a sigh of relief and hoping they won't have to worry again until next hurricane season.
No, I'm just thankful it didn't flood. I really am. I'm thankful the creek held what it did, and we didn't have to file an insurance claim.
And so far, there have been no reports of any major flooding into people's homes. No water rescues had to be made. The water levels peaked yesterday, so we'll continue to see the water levels recede throughout the rest of the evening and throughout the weekend. Live in Middleburg, Riley Phillips, First Coast News on your side.